The topic of this video is private healthcare and private medical insurance. The events of the last 12 months or so have demonstrated more than ever just how incredibly lucky we are living in the UK to benefit from the care and expertise of the NHS and its staff. And it's important to know that private healthcare is not in competition with NHS care. In fact, having access to private healthcare can help relieve some of the financial burden that NHS trusts find themselves under. The benefits of having private healthcare would typically be the speed of access to care and also the location and standard of where that care is received. In terms of speed of access to care, BBC News website information demonstrates that over 20% of cancer patients wait more than 2 months from diagnosis to commencing treatment. That just goes to show the incredible pressure the NHS is currently under. With private healthcare, access to a GP appointment would typically be within 24-48 hours, and then a prompt subsequent referral to a specialist would be made without any delay. It's at this point of referral where private healthcare would often give a choice of location. For example, you may want to choose a different hospital to that than that would be selected by the NHS on your behalf. Potentially access to a certain specialist as well, an expert in their field perhaps. Talk about the standard of accommodation. A big advantage of private healthcare is the promise of a private room for the duration of your treatment, and the standard of accommodation whilst in a private hospital is often compared to that you would expect to receive in a hotel. Now, private medical insurance would generally be for curable conditions. And two examples which experienced people close to myself that would benefit from private healthcare would be elective surgery, for example, joint replacement surgery or sports injuries. These things might not be considered to be an emergency in NHS terms, but certainly would have an impact on that person's quality of life, and being able to access treatment quickly and get back to the standard of living you enjoyed previously would be a huge benefit. Also, I know that there is circumstances where certain cancer treatments are just not available to NHS patients on a cost basis that are available to those with access to private healthcare, which gives significant peace of mind at a time when you would need it at the absolute most. A couple of things I'm quite often asked about private medical insurance policies are their premiums and their underwriting, the medical questionnaires. Premium levels, well, the cover can be tailored according to your and your family's circumstances. Age has an impact, of course. Also, the level of cover that you wish to have has a big effect on the cost. But that also means that these plans can be tailor-made to your budget. In a typical premium, I would compare to that they often would see for a television subscription, as an example. Medical questionnaires, well, quite often providers of private medical insurance will only want to look back for your previous 5 years medical history, not necessarily a lifetime medical record. And as independent financial advisors, we deal with numerous providers of private medical insurance, so we're able to give advice as to the right provider at a budget which suits yourselves for the correct, most appropriate level of cover.